I was writing some very furious code that I know I could have done better on.
I have a quick question about Git to kick us off. So I need to like do a merge, but I've got my stuff and haven't added it yet. Should I do like a stash with a -u for unadded items, or will I lose everything if I stash in such a method?
Why do you want to stash them?
Oh, because I haven't added them or committed them yet, and I need to pull in your changes, and I'm worried that your changes are going to be mega conflict with what I added. So I'd much rather pull in your stuff and then add my stuff on top of it.
You could branch your stuff and then merge it back in.
Okay.
So if you
All
go
right.
right from where you are, if you do git checkout -b and then whatever a branch name is, it will take all your changes and put them in a new branch.
So I'm already on a new branch. I'm not on master. So you're saying I should go check out master, pull down your changes. How is that helping me with my branch though?
Oh, because you'll just pull the changes from master into your branch. You can commit yours. I don't think it should give you a diff.
I think it's going to be like explosions, but we'll go see.
I think either way, you're going to end up manually merging a bunch of things.
Oh,
I had to
However
manually do your
comfortable you are with
stuff.
it.
I'm
So-
sorry. Oh god.
Oh no, it's normal. It's normal. You don't need to apologize. That's the beauty of Git, manual merging.
Oh goodness. So welcome back to the final day with Team Candy Hearts. Right?
We are here. We're a team.
I've got flowers today.
Oh my gosh, you do, and they're
They smell-
beautiful.
they smell-
Oh,
So, flowers not from Misery Loves Company. No, not from them.
who's Misery Loves Company?
The losing team.
Oh,
That's their app. Yeah.
I know. Sorry if I feel if I look like I'm still trying to wake up, but I was watching their stream, so still trying to snap out of it.
Oh man. I'm so excited to show you what okay, listen, they may brag about not starting early. That's called laziness. I'm sorry. It's just like they're like, "Oh, we did it from scratch all live." And I'm like, "And we put in hours behind the scenes." So,
I mean, we did it from scratch too. We just started with a little bit more scratch.
We repurposed code that already existed because that's what any good developer does. Who starts from scratch? Do you just go and go, file new, I'll create new HTML? No, you template stuff up.
I didn't see TJ writing the React framework.
No,
come on.
I didn't either.
You didn't start like file new React.js and then just start writing like dumb abstractions and stuff. Come on.
Sorry, mustn't cackle.
That a rule? No one has told me that rule. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna attempt the merge. Can you guys catch the stream up with like what's going on? Serious shade being thrown.
Okay, so Ed, do you want to do it, or do you want me to do the rundown, or what?
Layla, if you're comfortable with it, go ahead and do a rundown. You've got some new bits to show off that you added, and I think they're really cool.
I don't know if they're really cool. They were supposed to be easier to implement than they were, and I think my brain has gone to mush because these things happen.
That's just development.
So yeah, so what we have is our cool app, which is going to see if you are in the mood for love. And we are using Azure Cognitive Services, and we are using Blazor, and we are accessing the webcam from Blazor, which is pretty sweet. I think that's pretty cool because otherwise you have to use nasty JavaScript. There is a little bit of JavaScript, but it's all obfuscated away. So we have this, we get a picture, and then we show you lots of pictures of cutesy things, not so cutesy things, adorable things, my puppy, and then we take photos of every reaction, and we send those off to Azure, the face service. It's not what it's called, but that's what we're going to call it, the face service. And then we get back your sentiment analysis on your face, whether you're happy, angry, contemptful. And we also have got some added features like what color is your hair? We've got some really, really nasty ones in there, like it guesses your age, and it's always wrong unless it's right. So we'll go into that. You'll see when it's wrong and when it's right. And that's what we've got. Now we're going to collate all of the results and then average them, hopefully. Aren't we, Ed? Hopefully. And then we'll say whether you are in the mood for love or not. And then we'll send you packing off to the losing team if you're not. So, yeah. So I think that's it.
So I have a quick question. Is the word love spelled with a U in proper English? I'm
Oh
just
my
curious.
goodness.
Are you giving her?
Oh my
Are you giving her?
goodness.
She's on our team, you know.
Yeah, you're
wanted to
supposed to be
know. I
nice
was asking
to
for
me.
the chat room. The chat room wanted to know.
Mhm,
Did you
mhm.
see that come up in chat?
It's not lauv. I don't say lauv. I say love. So,
Okay.
you know, there.
Just
It
making
has an
sure.
O.
I'm still
No
trying to
U.
get used to the color spelling and some other things. So I was just double
Yes, well,
checking.
interesting fact is that color, OR, without the U, and all the things without the U, such as honor and things like that, date back to older English. When the British went over to the States and wreaked havoc, they took that spelling with them. And then it was later that the two languages diverged, and more modern British got the U. And also, apparently, the Southern accent would probably be quite similar to the Old English accent. So there you go. There's my bit of trivia for the day.
I feel like I
Like-
just got set straight.
Southern, as in like the South.
Yeah, like if
Like-
you're from the
like-
deep South.
Layla's like,
Apparently
I'm gonna end
so.
his trolling with science and facts and history.
Yeah. So there, done. Oh, is this mine?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Oh, I should have shared a screen, shouldn't I? Oh God. Oh. Okay. Because we want to see stuff on the screen. Okay, I'm gonna like put this. I just realized I'm gonna stop this share and share a screen. Hang on.
Okay.
Share a screen. My magic screen. There we go. Okay, so we're sharing. It's ready now. I'm ready. There. So this is the code, the magic code that I have now pushed and pulled and done stuff with, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Hopefully.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
We've got quite the theme going here.
Yeah. Okay, so there's some color changes. There's some weird stuff going on with this button. This button needs to like fix itself. We have a developer mode because everyone should have a developer mode, but we're going to turn that off at the moment, and we're going to test if we're in the mood for love. I probably need to switch a camera on, don't I? I have to go and switch another camera on. 1 second.
And I'm creating a PR right now. Can you know,
Can I?
with the
Try to
accepting and then the doing? Hang on, I'll take a screenshot
Let
of the
me
change.
see if I can.
I made it like super brief, so forgive. Comment. I think
Oh, how
it's
do you?
there.
Is there a way to switch camera sources?
Ooh, that's
I
a
don't
great
think so.
question.
I think that was a possibility in the JavaScript source code that I made, but I went.
Do you want
with just
me?
the
Do you want me to
first camera
share?
available.
Do you want me to share my screen and you can explain while I press the buttons? I have
Yes.
it up. Okay.
Okay. Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
I will share said goodness. Share screen. Share screen. Application window. This one. Share. And I also, so this is the PR. I added the fancy font. But you added this
Being
kick butt
merged.
gradient. Also, last night I added in these up here are the logo submissions that we've received so far. So you can still submit logos and name ideas because we need both up here. But to explain more with, I'm going to hide this so that we can see this.
Okay, so hopefully this will work, and I pushed it all up to the GitHub repo correctly. So we're going to switch off developer mode. That's
Off.
it.
And we're
And
ready to take
now-
the test.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Is it
You know
stuck?
I
You
don't-
broke it. You broke it.
Maybe you shouldn't
Uh-oh.
pull in the chain. What does this mean,
Did we break
Ed?
it? I thought this was working.
Okay,
It
wait.
was working
Alyssa,
on mine.
what did you
It-
do?
I don't know. I literally just merged
Let
in
me
the
make sure
changes.
mine works.
I
Test
only had
photo.
CSS changes and like
Mine
one header change.
Um,
I don't understand.
you broke it.
You
Yeah.
broke it. Alyssa
Okay,
broke it.
I did
So-
broke it. It is broke.
Do you want me to share my screen?
Yeah, share
and then I'll
yours.
pull.
And I swear, if it breaks, you will apologize.
Mine works. So I may need to pull some changes after and then see if it works still.
Oh
But
no,
let's,
you broke
let's
it.
Share my screen.
What is all this red I see?
That
you-
is because I don't have a camera. Otherwise, mine works.
Did you let Sam on your
Oh.
machine? Is that what happened, Alyssa? 'Cause
Saboteur.
wherever he codes, the code breaks. So
I added some fonts.
So here's our app. We have the good video stream going, and then I can switch over to test mode here and click the button.
And this, of course.
There we
Oh
go.
my gosh.
Boom.
They're so jiggly.
So it's raining candy hearts. It's totally amazing. And it snapped like all sorts of stuff here.
Yes.
Um,
So my goal today is to clean up the pink section, the results, make it look actually pretty. But I know that you all have goals as far as averaging and whatnot. What were the ideas around?
I was working on averaging all of the scores together, which turned out to be kind of a pain. And I know there's probably a way easier way to do it. But right now it is kind of a hot mess, and I'm just doing it like the brute force way. And I don't know if it's going to work yet. So I need to pull, I don't know if I should pull your changes yet, Alyssa. You got some fancy fonts, but you may have broke
I know.
something. No, I can pull it. But
I literally have no idea why it's. I don't know.
let's
I'm
see
trying
if
to
I
go and look
can-
at, like, to make sure that get ignore is intact, to make sure nothing like that got
well, I have
jabanked.
pulled those changes, so
Okay.
we will see.
So you
if
can
it
test
still
it and tell
works.
me what I did wrong. Okay, good. No, let's just look. Let's just look
Just-
with our
yeah.
peepers.
As a quick health check here, I'm going to make sure I don't have any .NET watches running, because if you
I did. I had all the watches running. And did we just lose Ed? Did we just lose Ed? Ed, blink twice if you're
gone.
still here. Yeah. Yeah. So
We
here's what
lost Ed.
happened. When you stop your .NET server, apparently you also stop all streaming. So
No, I think what happened is your code got downloaded and it
wow!
corrupted all of Ed's machine.
That is some bold accusations. Wait, I want to remove this. I want to. Okay, I'm gonna make us bigger so that we can be all like, well, "This is us
Well,
without
now,
we." Okay, now
yes.
that we officially got rid of Ed. Oh lordy. Okay.
He hasn't even. He's lost it. Yeah,
Are you a PC or a Mac person?
I'm a both person.
Oh, that's right. I remember you telling me about
yeah.
your Keynote and how you're connecting them to stream.
Yeah,
An
look,
insane
look,
person.
my pretty MacBook. Isn't it pretty? Yeah.
Gorgeous.
I know. This has changed, to a completely different stream now. This is nice. I don't know if I can code on it. It is in full silicone, or silicon. Yes. Look, Ed, do you like it? We're now admiring.
fill for time while my
Well,
browser
what I was
decides
getting
to reboot
to-
itself.
I was getting to that Ed is not on a Mac, and that, my friends, is probably that's why we lost him.
I'm currently on Windows, but then on
So-
Wednesday I lost all USB function, and
the app came up and it said like Chrome was like, do you want to restore a previous session? I was like, no, why would I want to do that? And it like closed all of my tabs and I was like, oh, that's fun. So anyway, I was saying
welcome back.
the code works on my machine, Alyssa. So what you need to do
So I
is
didn't
just
stop any of the servers. I just merged
Yeah.
and then I went back over. And I really am opposed to stopping things and restarting. It's just not in my nature. I'm gonna add your screen back. I think this is you. I hope this is you. I don't know who it is.
no, that's me. That's me.
So
Okay.
is mine's not sharing. Come on, share. Yeah, that previous like thing it closed all of my browsers. I think Chrome might have crashed, to be honest.
That was
So.
funny. Oh, those
Yay.
candy hearts though.
So Alyssa, what I think you need to do to
Yeah.
fix everything is just close
Yeah.
your laptop, throw it in the
Yeah.
garbage,
Right.
buy a new one,
Make sure it's
and
Windows.
just download the bits
Oh.
again. And I think that would fix the problem. I think that would do
the
it.
only reason I've ever been tempted was gaming. I hear the gaming on your side of the world is like a lot better.
Oh, gaming is so much better on this
is.
side of the fence.
Okay, so goals for me, like I said, was I want to clean up like the results. I want them to be pretty. I slapped on the ugly pink background because Ed, you actually had this thing in the Blazor codes. It was so funny. You should have seen me trying to debug this last night, where you were like, if there's no like face, like I think the variable was called faces, and you were like, if faces is like not equal to null, then go ahead and show results.
Mhm.
But unbeknownst to you, results was still showing. And I was like, I was trying all these JavaScript things. I was like, if faces is also undefined, and Zach was over here like, no, that's not it. And I was like, if faces is, I was like, maybe question mark. And he was like, no, can't do that either. I was like, I literally don't know. So I added, if you go into, I think it's faces razor, I
Yes.
finally found how to actually check. There it is.
And I fixed it for you.
Oh, and you fixed it. What
So Alyssa had faces.count is greater than 0. I
and
think
did
was.
it not work?
No,
This is
it
the
was.
way I've seen done in production code.
It was still trying to.
It took it off
yeah.
the screen. It did not let that render if there was nothing to populate it. Whereas before it was populating empty ULLI.
And when I ran it, it seemed to.
What happened?
It was passing the null check, but there was still not data or something, and the count was throwing a what is it called? Index out of bounds. So it was I think it was getting into the for each loop without data or something, and
Well,
then trying to
what is
index something
any?
that didn't exist. So any will check and see if it's an empty array.
Okay. Can we just check on any, or what's null for? Why is he there?
Oops.
Well,
So
faces is an empty list.
yeah, null means that it isn't there's no instance of anything there. Any means there's an instance there, but it might not contain any items in the list. So I'm trying to
Okay.
get my zoomy
Okay.
thing to.
And so there is no undefined in this language.
There is no undefined. Null
That's
is
really-
undefined.
It's really, they're hoops.
Any
They're
determines
hoops, man.
whether
Brain
a
hoops.
sequence contains any elements.
Okay.
You have this in
okay.
JavaScript too, by the way. In JavaScript,
I just
think
use
it
dot
is-
length and I keep going on my way, son. I'm like dot length.
In JavaScript, it is somebody correct me, but it's something like it's the any array, but it has it's not any. Is it all, or is it some? Some I think is it.
When Ed makes things up on stream.
I've
Oh,
never seen that,
you wanna
Ed.
go?
Never.
I don't know, darling. I don't know.
Now he's going to prove us wrong.
I know, right?
We're going to be educated. Oh, there we go.
Some, if it's some, And you can narrow that sum down to say, do some of the elements have
I have
this
seen
property?
people check for null, undefined, and for the length of like an array, but I've never seen some.
Never seen some. There's
Never
also
seen some.
all. All is the opposite of some.
Oh, or
So
question
some-
mark, which is like the everything in my opinion. Just slap a question mark on it.
So can I type in here? Oh, I can. So all is pretty cool because what you can do is true, 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 and then you can say array dot all items are true, and it will tell you yes, they're all true. And then if one of those flips, it'll say no, they're not all true. So I like some and all. They're pretty handy. And in .NET they are any and
Contains, maybe?
any and there's one for all item all. It's all also.
Okay.
Any and
So
all.
go back to, I want to see. So Layla added the beautiful background on the header.
Mhm.
I love it.
And on the background, and on the buttons.
And the buttons, which, and then the candy hearts, which are just phenomenal. I
love
saw
this
that
quote,
by
by the way.
Murray. That made me laugh. And then I added some fancy fonts. We still do need a logo, and we still do need an icon, or I guess a name for our application and an icon to go with it. So feel free to submit, or we'll vote. Why? Okay, listen to me right now,
Seriously,
Edward.
bro?
No, look at me. You had.
I was looking at this too.
Are
No,
you for real right now?
Okay, hang on.
Did-
No, stop. You know what you had there instead? You had an LI with 3 dashes. I'm sorry. Mine's way more semantic than yours, brother, and I will go to town arguing for it.
Well, according to the linting happening here, the
Well,
HR
yeah, it needs to be
element
outside of the
represents
UL.
a
But
paragraph level thematic break.
And it can
HR
be
cannot be nested inside an element.
Yeah, it needs to be
UL.
outside of the UL, but your dash and an LI was not cutting it for me. So just move it out kindly, good sir.
But then it
No,
won't
I'm gonna
work.
leave it. I'm leaving.
Why wouldn't it work? Oh, because
I'm
the
leaving
loop
it.
is.
It's the loop.
Oh.
Yes,
Can your
Alyssa
could
did
your
this.
could
Mhm.
your UL be inside the loop?
No, because then we'll have lots of ULs.
Well,
I mean,
I'm
we
happy
could.
with your
We
loop
could.
then. Your loop's ticking me off then. So fix it, Ed.
We could have the UL inside, and we could have multiple unordered lists for each thingy.
What we should do is turn this into a component.
Then
And then
do
repeat the
so,
component.
Edward. Do
Not
so.
right now. We'll do that later.
Okay.
That's a
This
refactor.
debugging
Don't
information
over-engineer.
Anyway. Yeah, I just wanted to point this out. So just Alyssa.
That it
did
You
wasn't
can
that.
you.
yell at my
That's not
HR, but your
mine.
LI with a dash is like, it's holy. Leave it alone.
Right. Are you going to show us what you've done with your averaging whatnot?
Oh yeah. This is
I'm
my
getting extra
equivalent-
British now.
This is my equivalent to the HR inside of a UL.
Okay.
Yeah, this model is kind of annoying because the detected face, has like this really long chain of attributes that you have to go through. So it's face.attributes.emotion.anger. Oh, and they're all anger. That's not going to work. So I do see an error.
They
already.
are all anger.
Maybe I was angry when I wrote this, but you have to kind of navigate through all these things, and I couldn't find a very link-friendly way to do it. But I'm sure there's like some guru in the audience that has like some reflection magic they could throw at this and make all this code go away into like one line. But yeah, you have to go through and you have to grab all of these, and then I wanted a name to associate those with as well, so I could use the group by. So what I'm doing here is I'm saying, give me a detected face and convert it to an array of these attributes and values, then group those, and then average them, and then give me back a singular object with the average values in it. So this is probably over-engineered, like really over-engineered, but the fact that it's like I'm like pivoting a table of data, then consolidating it, and then pivoting it back, it's kind of a hot mess. And I haven't tested it yet, so
Let's
Yay!
do
Let's
it
do it
now.
live.
let's do it live. I love that.
Also, I'm looking
Okay.
at Bridgerton to see if it has an audiobook. Bridgerton series.
I'm just gonna pop this right here at the top and say we need to put a field here first. Let's split this up.
I think it does.
I have read
So-
all 8 of the Bridgerton, and
Oh,
now I'm moving
okay.
on to another sort of supporting series. So now
Okay,
I'm
I need
on
to
the-
know the name of the supporting series and also like romancing Mr. Bridgerton. Was that like in the series? Am I on the right series here?
Yes, the first one is The Duke and I. Sorry, Ed. Sorry. By Julia Quinn. The Duke and I.
Okay, and the side series just before we, code and talk. What was the
something quartet.
quartet?
I'm
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need a
yes.
link.
Yes, I will sort you out. It's similar enough, Sarah, to the it's better than the Netflix series, I think.
Oh,
Better
I'm
to read
so
it, more
excited.
enjoyable.
Is story time over?
So
I was just curious.
book review time.
And back to the program. I've created a field called final result, which is a type that I created that shorthands all of the values that come off all the emotions. So we don't have to keep navigating out to this long chain of properties. So I've got a final result that's going to hold the average, anger, contempt, yada, yada, yada. These methods should consolidate things for us. We need like, I guess when all of the analysis is over, let's see our little pipeline here at the top. We're going to start the analysis. We're going to run through all the things. We're going to rain love. And I guess it doesn't matter where we do this part of it. We want to take final result and then say our, where's the data at? What is it called in here? It is a read-only list of stuff, right? Faces. Faces dot detected faces. No, faces. It's a tuple. Faces is a tuple.
It's
Oh,
faces
select.
data. Yes. Oh, okay.
Select. I want the detected faces from it. So I want to get detected face. And then once I have the detected face collection, I can say 2 results, I think. Where's my thing here? I don't have my static helper class.
Have you done this as an
No, I do have
extension?
this. Yeah, I did an extension method here.
Yeah, let me
So
just have another look at it. So,
have
okay.
a detected face. Oh, this should be an I. No, this is each detected face. So I need to do
So,
select
don't you need
detected face
yeah.
to result model.
I was going to say
And
you needed
then-
to do it inside.
There we go. To result model, and then to. Did I make it to average results? So once I have that list, I should be able to say average results. And that, I hope, will give me back.
Open close parentheses on average results. No.
Yes. And the whole thing blows up because I am getting back cannot convert from enumerable final result to final result. So it's coming back as a enumerable because of the
To
select.
list then. Whack a to list on the end, no?
Hang on, let's collapse this for a second. I'm having a hard time with them being narrowed down like that. Yeah, so I want to... I think something's wrong with this statement, actually. So
You
I
want to do
get
it on
back...
separate lines?
Let's do this. var. So I want to get back a list of detected faces. There we go. And then select from the faces to result model. And that's going to give me back a list of result models. And then average. Yeah, my average, I think something is wrong with my average.
Can you not string that
method.
off face, off F inside that one?
So yeah, I want to take an enumerable of result models. So that is correct. So why am I not getting IntelliSense for that? So once I'm here, I should have, what is temp? Yeah, an enumerable of result model. I'm giving back the wrong type, it seems.
But do you want a list of lists?
No.
What's if you go into the second link statement expression on that f.toResult model, doesn't that give you back the result you want? That bit inside there.
Yes. So am I doing it wrong here? So I have, yeah, let's see, I have what type is coming back initially. So if I just grab all of the detected faces, I have an enumerable of detected face, and then I extend. Oh, that's what I did wrong. No, yeah, that's what I did wrong. This should be.
So do a new line with a result model and just put temp.toResult model, and then we can mush it all together once we're happy. So
New line.
Yeah, new variable, new temp2.
I think I may have done something wrong in my code though.
So now it's temp.
Temp dot
detect.
So,
what was it? Result model thingy.
Yeah. So hang on a sec. Let's look here real quick. So I've got a bunch of these face results coming in, and then I need to map those face results to yeah, so it is a list within a list. And
so
then
now
I
this
should be able to return at the very end a single item, but it's being still wrapped within a list of items. Why is that? Like I said, I was writing this on the fly. I think I may have botched this one up pretty good.
I think if we go back and look at where you were writing it, yeah. So now this one you want to select, and then each face in here we can do toResult model, and then see that should give us.
That's going to give us an enumerable back.
And then we need to go and dot select again on that. And then what have we got in there? F. Yeah. So it's that.
But I have a way to average these. I average the results, and then trying to think. I'm still in an abstraction mode here. I'm wondering if I wrote this right to begin with. So what we get back is an enumerable of final results. That does not seem to be right to me. I should have one single final result back. So the chain's kind of messed up here. Okay. So the idea was we have a bunch of detected faces, and then each one of those gets turned into a list of results. So we can then group on the attribute that we want to average. So I do that here. I group on those attributes that we want to average. I'm going to throw those in a dictionary so I can map them back out as a final result.
What's
And
temp
I should
2
only
now?
get one
that-
item back. I'm sorry?
Is temp 2 still in a double I enumerable?
Yeah, because temp 2 is an I enumerable. No, it's not a double. It's an I enumerable final result, which there's only going to be one item in. So I'm thinking there's either is it select many?
Well, it could
Or
be,
is it
but
the other one, select many? Because this needs to be flattened, I think is my problem. I know this was not an easy thing to figure out. We could scrap this and start over if we'd like. We have
it should be select many to flatten. So you were on the right track with there, but then I don't know what that gives us out. I'm just Googling. You'd need to perhaps make a new item, is it?
Let's
May-
see. The bad part about this is, and you pointed this out the other day, is Blazor is terrible at debugging on the client side. So normally we just step into something like this and see what the data looks like, and we don't really have that opportunity here. Let's try something real quick though.
Would link
Final
pad
result
work?
equals temp 2 dot first. You just take the first item off of that and see what's in it.
Yep.
And run that one. Oh, I think I have a watch going. That's going to throw some stuff. There's also, we need to put an if here, or we're going to get a null ref. If final result is not null, then we'll look at happiness and see if we got the data we expected, which I am assuming is not, because I think this is bad. I was trying to write this in a very, very short period of time, and I think I botched it.
With us nagging you as well.
This is not. Yes.
So
No, I
Layla,
thought you said
quick-
I'm nagging me as well. Yeah, I was nagging myself the whole time. I was like, this is stupid.
Oh, there's
can't
a
get this-
request for a recap, and also Layla, I need help with your animation.
Watch.
when
Oh,
have a
you
second.
do? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
we can do that in a moment.
I'm styling off to the side, so I just have a quick question. But yes, recap of the day. We are in the final throes of this very exciting competition between Team Candy Hearts and Team Valentine's Grinch, I think is their name. I always mess it up. And this is our application here. It doesn't have a name yet. We still need a name and a logo, but essentially the application runs through photos and takes pictures while you're looking at different images like these roses or these candy hearts, sends your photo that it took off to Azure Cognitive Services and gives us back a bunch of data. What we're trying to currently play with is the mood data, and there are the candy hearts.
My happiness is 0, so
Uh,
this definitely didn't work. It did not work.
Hmm.
Well,
And I think,
let's
yeah,
see
that's our
did it
recap.
ever detect that I was happy to begin with? What the heck? Okay,
Right
there
there?
it is,
100%
100%.
happiness.
There you go. There you go.
So it shouldn't have averaged out to 0. Maybe I tried too hard. Maybe we average these
Manually.
one at a time. I was trying to do them as a group, and I think that kind of pooed the bed.
Well, we could, as we loop through, add them to some variables, each one. I could have shut up now.
That actually isn't a bad idea. We could average them as we go along. So we are already looping through them, so it's not a bad idea at all. I don't normally like to throw like state changes in a loop like that, but why not? Let's see. We've
Live
got
dangerously.
for each. We're already in a loop. We're gonna get the snapshot. That snapshot. So what we have, we can use my final result still. So we could say get snap final result equals final result. No wait, final result. We need to do each thing. Let's do one happiness. And then we want to do maths.
We need something to add it to for each one, don't we?
Yeah.
So we need
if we
oh, yeah, you can do that.
We want to add these. So if it's percentages.
Yeah, we can add them all and divide by I, and then it should be all right.
There we go. Yeah. So
at the end, divide by I at the end.
Where's my cursor is like going wherever it feels like. So plus equals. So this will give us the total. So final, and then our current one would be faces dot detected face.
Yeah.
Faces dot
you'd have to
dot detected face. So the last one we detected, motion face attributes. Motion. These are the longest.
Oh, they're terrible
ever. Good Lord. So we can accumulate them. And
you'll need to take I outside of the for each loop and set I externally so we can divide by it afterwards. So on line 40.
Hang on. I think I follow, but I have another way to do it. Final results dot happiness equals final result dot not final result equals faces dot so we have a count, so we can get the count that way. So we want to divide the total by the count, right?
Yeah.
There we go. And then all we need to do is end it. Is that what we want to do?
Let's rock and roll with
Let's
it.
Try. We're writing all this code. We're using AI, and then we fail at like basic math. I love it. It's the story of my life. That one didn't do anything. We need to do a bunch. We should probably speed these up for test purposes, although it looks like it just pooed again. So I'm assuming there is an exception here, and I know what it is too. This is my fault. I will own this. So this is all me. We never newed one up, so we can't add to something that doesn't exist. And then did that refresh itself? Happiness is 0. So now it's not null, so it's going to display. Let's go through.
Dun, 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 dun,
Cross your
dun. Will it whack, will it
fingers.
whack, will it whack, will it whack?
I think since we're running low on time, maybe we should just grab happiness alone.
Yes.
And,
And then if they're above 70% happy, they're in the mood for love.
Yeah, that's
Yes. So
that's
you
I guess I should have smiled in one of these. 5%, 2%, 1%. Sure. Like a 0. So I think our average just worked, but
you're miserable.
yeah. Yep. I now that I'm thinking of this though, I think aggregate might have worked. Where I was trying all this other like ninja stuff over here that just failed miserably. I think aggregate probably would have done the trick.
Or dot average on link. I sent you a link earlier for link averaging.
Yeah.
And there's a dot average.
I think my problem was I was trying to like do the entire stack of all the things at once when I should have just averaged them all individually. And then that would have probably worked, like you're saying. So if we move this to the end and said final result happiness equals faces dot faces dot. So this tuple keeps throwing me off. I'm starting to regret the tuple. Dot select. We just want the face part of this, right? So faces, detected faces. And then we could say average. And then on average, we could say of the detected faces, we want to average the face attribute of the emotion of happiness.
This fancy.
So
it hasn't
that
blown
should
up.
have done it, right? Where I was trying way too hard. So I was taking what essentially is one line of code for each value of this final result. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 results. So I essentially took 8 lines of code and blew it up into all that. And it still didn't work because I was trying to do it easier. So that's a good lesson, I think. But this should also do the same thing that we just did with the inline loop way of doing it. So let's try this one more time. Let's cut the speed down a little bit for the show too, so we can move a little faster. Oh, I need to talk about what that's doing too.
Oh yeah, this is really cool.
What's enough that this won't like move too quick? There, let's try that. It should refresh itself. We'll go back. Happiness is at 0. We want to go out of developer mode, check our mood. And I need to smile for some of these or it won't average anything out.
Happy!
Yay! Boo! Yay! I've got like some really like bad mood disorder today. It's all over the place. So the happiness average was 5. So I'm below the threshold, but I believe that it said 0. That's okay. All right. That one's 100. That was 100. And I'm going to throw like a big monkey wrench in here. So I've done a bit of studying on AI, and I think what we're doing isn't factually sound, by the way. So scientifically, like
you're saying that our Valentine 4-hour slap together app is not scientifically sound?
So get this. This is a debate I've had with friends. The happiness that you're seeing here is not on a scale of like, this is how happy you are, but this is how certain the algorithm is that you're happy.
Sounds about right.
Does that make sense? So by averaging these together, we're not getting a total sense of how happy you are, but we're just averaging out how sure the
certainty.
algorithm was at determining you were happy.
We're making it, we're being creative.
We're being
getting
creative,
percentages
so
back.
it doesn't matter, but I just want to clarify for folks like that this is not like technically sound in any way. Just so I don't know. We're just
think
giving good
that's-
information, but we're having fun with it.
Should we be multiplying that result?
Multiplying
By
it
100.
Yes and no. We could. I know what you mean. Are we displaying it as a percentage? So
Because I think that's like 56%.
we need to do this. Say toString p, and that
Ah,
will take care of it for us.
not
Fancy.
star 100.
Fancy. See, it already did it.
Hurrah!
Final result. Let's see. We should probably just put a flag in here that says the analysis is complete or something, rather
Yeah.
than keep checking that. So let's do that real quick.
Alyssa, what did you need help with on my wonderful candy hearts?
So I am adding in a couple things for Ed to pull down, just so that we, I knew we were going to be rushed on time. And one of the things, and this really is dependent on you getting complete what Ed's doing right now, but your overlay is always there and it's always covering up something. So if I added click events on certain parts of the page, your empty candy heart overlay is still there. So I need it to go away, and I need it to be specifically positioned over images that we are deeming as happy. So essentially, as you're scrolling through the results and an image of you comes up and we were like, yeah, that's labeled as happy or whatever we're labeling it as, then your candy hearts fall. So I don't know how hard that would be specifically on the scrolling on the screen part. I know it should be pretty easy to like put it over the image, but anyways.
There's a class called Zed. Z-E-D.
So,
and that's the class you put on anything you want to be above the overlay.
Oh. So here's what I did. I just told the overlay to be to display none. And important that did that. And then I figured as soon as Ed had these results, we could use some sort of Blazor variable to tag the image as a happy image. And then we will make the hearts attach themselves to that image. And then hopefully no Zed will ever be needed again. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Right.
Maybe.
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 So what are we trying to do now?
You need a double equals there.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Nice catch. So we want to take an image of all of our array of images and then decorate it and display it. Is that right? Sorry, I was coding and not listening so much. So
do you have a way of tagging images as happy or not?
So what we can do is we have the array of images, and where's our code at? We have the array of images. We could tell if it's complete. We're averaging them out, yada, yada, yada. If we want to find the happiest image, what we could do is say bar happiest equals faces dot max, and then we can say faces. Come on, work with me here. Oh no, max is going to give me... Is max going to give me the max value? Okay, it's going to be aggregate. Aggregate, and then this will be... Gosh, I'm trying to remember how to do the aggregate thingy.
Silicon Orchid has come up
Excellent.
with a good way to actually do our are they happy or not, which might not break science. So if they on each photo, if they are greater than our certainty threshold, so say 80% certain that you're happy, then you count that as one. And so you could have 5 out of 7 photos, the person was happy, therefore they are in the mood for love.
Ah, that does sound
Perhaps.
better.
That does sound better, doesn't it?
Yeah, we need to keep that one in mind. I'm gonna go find a repo. I know I have this in. So,
Alyssa, your
GitHub
face, you don't look happy. You look
slash-
very unhappy.
I just tried to. I don't know how Ed is doing this. I don't know how this is happening. I just wanted to give the images a wrapper called frame, and I take a photo now, and I'm getting an unhandled error, and I'm just very displeased. So I just don't understand.
So let's see if I've got this right here. No, that's not it either. Is it under rank? No. It's under... I'm grabbing a link query that will do this.
Okay.
And... Oh, come on. Which one are you in? Source?
Can I show my screen?
Factor?
Can I show?
Show.
Can I show my screen?
Well,
Find
find
the
that.
screen, and while you do that, I'll find this link query that I'm too lazy to write live on camera here.
And just to
There
say
it
that
is.
we are giving away, or not me personally, but Code It Live, because I'm just a guest, it is giving away a $100 gift card. So you need to enter the prgress.co/love connection to get your lovely Amazon vouchers of $100. That would buy you all of the Bridgerton novels. So you could enjoy Regency, English, and Heaving Bosoms for yourself.
Okay, but like seriously, first things first. You see the heartbeat? You see the heartbeat? You see the heartbeat. Oh. Okay, so the heartbeat, and then the second thing that I just got working, and both these were borrowed from CodePen, but I didn't have time to write it myself. So hush. I'm taking the photo.
Let's see. Let's see.
It's
That was a
going.
photo. Okay, I was
Yeah.
like, I thought it was.
I think I'm taking
suspenseful.
a photo.
Oh my god. These
What?
I'm writing code on the other screen, and these stupid property chains on this API suck so hard. They do. I'm getting so mad. It's just so ridiculous.
I don't understand. I do not. I think so this happened to me last time, and I just took the photo right before. See the unhandled error. And this just happened to me right before, and then I got it to go away by restarting the server, but I shouldn't have to do that, right? Like, do you know what this is talking
What's
about?
the error? Index was out of range. Yeah, this is what I was getting earlier with
Okay.
Did you merge the code that I sent? Is this the
at
latest
what
code?
point in our life?
It's
before we started the stream, this is the latest code.
This is where your count was throwing things off. So
let me go double check to make sure that's not there.
Yeah, go to face.
But I just restarted it. So let's. Yeah, there it goes. So there's a beautiful picture frame. So now this is ready for your overlay whenever it's like labeled as happy, and the hearts will fall within this box and look like they're jiggling within like the frame or something.
There we go.
But yes,
okay.
we're coming along. And then I think the next step, and chat, if you have any ideas, please send them to me. We have to beautify this data. And like, I know we could like, pie chart it up pretty easily, but I still think we need it printed out. And I'm like, do we do a table? Do we just like make a beautiful like LI list with actual bullets? I don't know. So send me ideas for that. I'm going to hand the screen back over to Ed and make sure that I don't have count. in stop screen sharing. There we go.
So
Yes.
hopefully this makes sense to people. So what Alyssa asked was, how do we find the happiest face in the collection of faces, right? So I have a function here that gets me the happiest face, and it does this by aggregating the results. So we have the entire list of all the results, and then we're going to say if the result, if the happiness is greater than the previous item in the result list's happiness, then that is the happiest result. Otherwise, give me the next result.
Are you supposed to be sharing your screen with us, Ed?
Oh my gosh. I thought Alyssa did that. When Alyssa said share Ed's screen, hang on. Now I need, there we go. Thank you for being our producer today.
That's
Layla.
okay.
So
It's all
again,
right.
Alyssa wanted the happiest face. We have, again, remember, it's an array of results. So we take the array of results and we pass them into an aggregate function. So what the aggregate function does is think of a for each loop where you have like a temporary placeholder, and that placeholder is your highest X, your happiest face, okay? So the placeholder is you start at your first item, and you say, the first item is my happiest item, and then you iterate again.
Yeah.
And on the next item, you go, is this item happier than the last item? If it is happier than the last item, it's my new happiest item. And it puts that in the placeholder. And it does this all the way through the array until the final placeholder is, by definition, the happiest item in the list. And then it returns that one item back. So that's what this piece of code does. It says aggregate, and we're going to take the result, and we're going to take the next result and compare the two items together. And we're going to say that if the happiness is greater on the result than it is on the next item, they give me the result. If it is not, give me the next item, because the next item must be happier if it is not greater than.
Should that be result on line 53? Should that be next face dot detected face, or is that because you got
No, because it is the entire item. So we would have happiest dot detected face, and that's all the detected face results. And we also have the image here, which we called, is it data? Yeah. And then we have the image as well. So what's nice about aggregate is it is going to give us back a tuple of, it's going to give us back a single item from this list. So our item here, our T, is a tuple of data and detected faces. So a lot of people like to write this, and they're like, well, give me faces dot, I'm trying to remember how to do it the wrong way. Faces dot,
You're talking about a bubble sort.
so they do max, or no, they sort, yeah. So they sort by a value, and then they take the last item off the list. So the bad thing about that is, first of all, you're sorting on a single value. You're not getting back the entire array. And then when you take that final item off the end of the list, a sort is going to go through that array O(n) number of times. So you're going to sort, if your array is 1,000 records, you might sort that thing 6 ways from Sunday. When you're doing aggregate, you're going to go through the list one time and one time only. Where a bubble sort might go one time, it might go 10,000 times, you don't know. Depends on how out of sort your list is. So aggregate is the best way to get that maximum item off the list. So
Cool.
you can do this in JavaScript as well, Alyssa.
Yeah.
In
What?
JavaScript, it
What's
is
wrong?
not aggregate. In JavaScript, it is, what do they call it in JavaScript, folks? It is not aggregate. It is, Oh, shoot. I stumped myself again.
Hello, Nick. Good to see you.
Hello, Nick.
Reduce. Of course.
Oh, yeah,
in
that's
every
what,
other language besides .NET, it's
Manoj?
called reduce.
Manjo.
Which Mano JBP07 did say, and it was just down below us.
Oh, I see it
Past
now. Yeah.
past Alyssa down there, past Alyssa and down the bottom.
Yeah. In literally every other language, it's called reduce. And for some
Listen to
reason
me,
in
Ed,
Link,
listen.
we call it aggregate.
I made a PR. The bug was not because of count, because I had your latest code. And it basically that photo, snap a photo button, which I don't know if you've actually tested on your end because you are using the
Oh, is that
non-developer
what's
mode.
broken?
Once I snap a photo, it works. Once I try to snap another photo, it does not work unless I restart the server. Like refresh your page or like hard refresh or do something.
Oh,
yeah.
that was like that
Now-
earlier today when I was
Take
doing
a
it.
photo.
I had to, yeah.
And
So it's working.
You're
I don't
saying
know.
I can't take another one? Take a photo?
No, I'm saying at this point, mine breaks and gives me an unhandled error. You've already
Okay.
so I don't know. But anyways, I made a PR with those two style changes, and then I was really hoping now that you have identified happiness in its purest form, that we could put labels on once you've merged. We could put labels on those pictures or those frames or whatever part, and make sure that Layla's hearts are applied properly to
The frame.
the
Okay.
yeah.
Let me ditch this this code here. Delete. Oh wait, no, I don't want to delete that yet. Result model. We want the final result. What I don't need is all this other nonsense I coded up in a desperate attempt to
so
do it the right way.
Copperbeardy had said earlier that all this happiness, I'm waiting for Care Bears to go marching across the screen. And I think that's a really good idea. I think if we have an extra hour, we should work on a Care Bear animation.
So I need to
But I
commit
could
my
have it rain
changes.
them.
Raining Care Bears. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Who thinks of such things? Raining
So we'll
Care
get
Bears.
the highest element there. I need to merge your change now. So this is going to be, you said it's
Wish
up
you
on
would-
master already? So I can just pull?
As
Or
PR.
is there, okay. So there's not a PR up there. It's already merged. Pull.
I don't have the
No, it's-
ability.
Oh, you don't have, I didn't give you access?
No, I make PRs like a sane
Ready,
person.
get
Unlike me, who's like, commit to master, push, give me access. Oi, give me
So
access.
you're saying on
I did.
webcam
Did I
test,
do it wrong? Hang
there's
on,
a
let me
pull
see.
request. Okay, there's the pull.
Yeah.
Pull request, heartbeat animation, and picture frame. We're gonna look. I love Alyssa's pull requests because she puts photos in them, and nobody else does that. And I think
How
it's
did you
so
do that? I
awesome.
didn't even know you could do that.
Like that's how you do a pull request. Folks. That's the right way.
I want you to know what you're getting into as you accept this into your code.
This was. Since we're on the Valentine's Day theme, like, is this what Turtle got as a proposal request?
Oh my gosh.
Turtle
Did you
being
know,
Alyssa's husband, by the way.
Did you know that Turtle Guy and I, we started dating way back in college, and he was going to Full Sail in Orlando and I was going to OU in Oklahoma, and we dated 3 years long distance, and 6 months of that long distance we were married. So for any of you long distance lovers out there because of, COVID or what have you, there's hope and you can do it. So Godspeed.
You can do it.
Mm.
All right. Let's get our SAS watch going again. I'm going to kick it off too because SAS watch is handy, but if I don't make a SAS change, then it might not pick it up. So I'm going to run it one single time as well.
I do think you're saying Sasquatch every time.
Build.
Every time.
Now, I don't see a heartbeat. So is there a cache here that I need to explode?
Oh God, there should be.
Cache is like the bane of my existence this week. There it goes.
Oh, there it goes. I was like, it should be there.
There it is. So we have the heartbeat animation. We could test a test photo here. Take a test photo. And boom, there it is.
Yay.
All right.
Seriously though, but like, how would you prettify that ugly bit of data there? Like, what would you do? Like, gut instinct, throw some bullet points on it? I get a little overwhelmed when I see data like that.
Pie charts.
This.
A pie chart after each one.
We
So
can
it's
have-
like
I like,
picture frame pie, like that.
or a little pie, or we could have a spidergram.
we could
mean,
do the super
we could
geeky
always-
graph.
Always go back to the spidergram, yes.
I'm like the most analytical, like just throw it in a chart.
Okay, yeah, Ed, so can you go back to the code real quick and look at the
Bar chart.
Do you have a variable for happiness, and can you slap that on the images when said happiness is true? Can you make that a thing in your Blazor face razor file?
Do what now?
Okay, so when the image is happy, we need to know about it in the template. Go.
So you want all of the happy images or just the happiest image?
No, I want all of the images, but I want the happy images to have an attribute or a class or some sort of label so that I know who they are so that we can target them. You with me? So we want all the results, but the happiest results that you deduced with your maths, we need like a template variable, you know? What's confusing?
So what are we going to use it for?
To add hearts, to add Layla's overlay when it's an actual happy photo.
So what we need
yes,
to do
like image is happy,
is-
like Nick just said.
So we could get the happiest photo, but you said you want any of them that are happy over what threshold?
That was for science to decide, not for Alyssa.
Well, I can't
Let's go
write code.
50%.
Okay.
50%.
So if it's over 50%, so what we could do is, do we want our final results to only contain ones over 50%?
No, I want all of the results. Personally, I want all of the results because, if it was like contempt was above 50%, then later on I might want to add like green goo or something to their picture frame. I don't know. Like
So we already have all of the results. So what we can do is, here, since you don't care about what the happiest result is, we'll get rid of that one. I'll keep it there in case we want it again.
Right, bring it back. Yeah.
So what we could do is, you want happy results, correct?
Yes, sure.
So what we can do with happy results, we could say this is a list of, we want the image, and we want the detected face data, correct? And what we can say is the happy results, I'll throw an arrow function in here and say faces. Since we already have all the results and that's called faces, we will select the result with a detected face that the face attribute.
What I understand you're doing is you're building
motion.
a new list. Is that true?
Nope.
You're not.
I'm
building a
taking
new
the
list.
existing list and I'm filtering it and giving you back the filtered results.
But then that would just have. Wouldn't we then, in order to get that back into the template, have to then loop through that new filtered list? Because there's no way to add an attribute to this chunk of data that we're printing to the screen because your li image, li mood, right? Because there's no way
to do it in the UI.
Yes.
What about what I just did on screen? Is
So
this
we're-
horrific?
What? Show me.
What
Wait,
did you?
are you sharing? Let me see. Show me. If item
No,
face
that's
perfectly
attribute
fine.
happiness, yay! Can we do that, Ed?
Yep. Yeah. Why didn't you just say that from the beginning?
I was trying so hard to word with my words, and it was not working.
No. So
Yeah. So Silicon said maybe have a Boolean flag in the existing data rather than an extra collection. So that's what I was hoping for, was not to put all of the logic in the template, but to not modify the data set either, just add in like a flag, happy or not happy, and then we can use that in the template to do what we would want, right? So is there like this item.faces attribute emotion happiness? Can we do that in the .cs file and create a variable called happiness that the template is aware of?
So
Or
if we
no?
wanted
Is that not?
to
Do we have to do it
that-
here because we're looping through right here? So it has to be done in the template?
So trying to think of a creative way that we can do this without adding more code. So here's what we have so far. In our list, we have an image,
Yes.
which is kind of custom data. We have a detected face, which we have no control over the properties of. This comes from our API that we got from Microsoft. So we want to add yet another property for the sole purpose of saying it's above a threshold. So we could do a couple different things. We could create a class that has the image data, the detected face data, and a property that has whether it is or isn't happy. Or we can inspect it when we're iterating through the template like here. Or another option would be to write an extension method on a face. So we could say public static.
You're not sharing.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Oh no. Oh no. Thank you.
Public static detected face. No, bool. Detected face. No. Is happy. So we want to call it is happy. This detected face dot is going to bring in our API. We'll call it detected face, and then we'll pipe this and say detected face dot face attributes dot emotion dot happy is greater than 0.5 is 50%, right? So what this is saying, Alyssa, I know you don't have this in JavaScript. This is like overriding a prototype. So I'm adding a method called isHappy to the type of detected face.
Okay.
So now detected face will have a kind of like a property. So we can go up here and we can say item.detectedFace. Or no, item.isHappy, sorry. Is that what you wanted?
Does it work?
Of course it works.
Oh, sorry. I need to see it to believe it.
So I just extended that type to give us that that property.
So
now,
Layla, can you walk him through matching up overlay with is happy? Can you make that possible?
So this says false, and the happiness is 0. So now I need to make her happy face.
That
is so creepy.
And now it's true because it's over. It's at
Oh,
100%.
Ed, you're a brilliant man, and we will discuss prototypes and overriding them off stream because we are running rapidly out of time. Okay, so where is overlay defined?
Grab it at the top of that page. Up, up, go up,
overlay.
Up. Grab that.
I'm so excited.
Do what?
That whole lot.
Okay, see
Lines
like div
3
class
to
overlay.
5.
Yeah, grab all that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping this might work. Grab it, cut it, and stick it inside frame. So line 26. Pop it after that. No. It has to be inside the frame. Isn't that the pretty picture?
Yeah.
Yeah. You wanted it in the picture frame, didn't you?
Oh, inside.
Yeah.
And then.
And now the problem is because we need hearts to be available on load because otherwise the JavaScript won't latch into it. We just need to put either canvases displays if that item is happy or doesn't.
Well, can't you just do like an ng if, ng if is happy, and then that content gets rendered, or it doesn't get rendered based on. Is there nothing like that in Blazor? Come on, man.
Yeah, it's called
There
an if statement.
is,
Okay.
but
Why would that not work? You're saying Canvas will override it? Wait.
no, it won't be available on page load, so the JavaScript won't be able to latch onto it. So we'd have to do
shoot.
like body canvas hearts. Do you know what I mean? No, we still want
No,
image
I
to
do
show
not.
regardless.
I'm lost. What do you need me to do?
Right, no. You just put that brace on 33 up one. You want image outside, the image outside of it. That's it. But that probably won't work because Canvas won't be visible on page load because
Let's
it's
try it.
added dynamically.
I think you're correct. So
We've lost Alyssa. She's rage quit.
And it blew up, I think, because exactly what you said. Nope.
No,
it
we
didn't
can't
do
see
anything.
you. You're hiding.
But can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me. That's something. I think. I mean, all of a sudden my camera just like quit, and I'm wondering if that's a creepy smile. So what ended up happening in the template? Can we leave overlay alone and just put the if statement on Canvas itself?
No, it's not to do with that. So what we need to do is we have to move.
Oh, I have a display none that you have to remove that I meant to tell you about before my camera quit, that you have to get rid of or it's not going to work. Main layout, line 41, main layout SCSS, so that you can even see hearts in the first place.
Main layout, line 41. Main layout or?
Main layout.scss.
Oh, SCS. Okay.
That's it.
Line 41. And
you got to remove that line. Delete it.
So what we have to do then is go into the JavaScript file, which is love rain in JS. And where it says on line 3, we're going to have to do body, I think, dot hearts. Yeah, try that.
Okay. So for future reference, if I were going to do this document.query selector in my .NET code, I would pass a reference from Blazor, because that won't
we can do that.
Broken with the DOM stuff. So
that's good to know.
Let's see if this fixes our problem for now. And then I'm gonna do this one more time because I don't trust this caching stuff lately.
Get back.
I don't want to be fighting errors. Did I get it? And bum.
Is it true? Did it happen? What happened?
I don't
see
an error.
Watch out, there's a space between body and hearts.
Okay.
Is that the
body.hearts then?
But that would mean it's literally on the body tag? Is that right?
It has to load to the body and then it will go down the hierarchy until it finds hearts, I think.
Oh, come on. Darn it.
I hate this about stuff. We could pass the reference that you suggested.
It's not picking up happiness either. I'm going to temporarily, so I don't have to keep looking like a madman, set
that to true
happy
all the time.
Where is it? Yeah.
I love that. That makes me so yes. Set happy to true all the time so that nobody has to smile ever again.
We could rig it so that it always happens.
So yeah, that definitely didn't work. So where
can you bump up the code font, please?
The code font.
The code font.
Make it bigger.
Thank you.
Okay. So we have some interrupt code somewhere. Where is that interrupt code?
What are we
It's
looking for?
in the CS file, right?
Oh,
Interrupt code. Love rain comes in. It calls an invoke somewhere.
oh, it's up in
Invoke
up.
async.
Oh
Make
yeah,
it
there.
rain.
So you could pass the reference there.
Yeah. So we need the thing we're targeting with the rain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? So the thing we're targeting with the rain is this overlay.
It bonds to the hearts.
Hearts. So the canvas.
Yes, that's the one.
So canvas will say at ref equals heart canvas.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the code, we need to scroll up here and create a reference to element reference heart.
Canvas.
Did I spell it
Is
with
that case
a
sensitive?
lowercase?
You did it. You did.
Yeah, I did. I knew it was going to be a field. There we go. Heart canvas. And then we take heart canvas and we pass it to the JavaScript world.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the JavaScript, we should be able to, where's that method invoked at?
Down. There. No, up. There.
Make it rain gets the element and the...
So you could define the constants above. So just bring it down. It was right up near the top.
So world. So render world. So I hope this works. So I'm not familiar with this JavaScript code. World.
No, because I did it.
Element.
And I stole it from someone.
Is that right? Lowercase world and then render.create. Ooh, it needs this from the get-go, doesn't it?
So yeah, so you could shove that down the bottom, maybe.
We need an init function of some kind. So we can't call it on make rain, but what is the initialization of this?
When you call it? I don't know.
So there's render.run, engine, render world add. These all just fire off as soon as the JavaScript's added to the page.
Yes, they do. Have I made it too complicated? I'm blaming Alyssa. Alyssa wanted it inside the picture frame.
Function create ball.
I do. I require such things.
So the world. Yeah. So what we need to do, I think, is we need to do an export async function.
We're making it too complicated. We just need to have no. It can be there all the time. We just need to fire it on the right one. So you can pass through choose the one that needs to name. Because if the canvas was there, yeah, so go ahead.
I'm trying to figure out okay, world is the element.
Yeah.
Then the canvas it's attached to the renderer. And that's the renderer's I feel like it needs to be there from when it's initialized.
Start. Could it just go and select any canvas? Would that work instead of having it on hearts? If we just put canvas, body canvas, would that be better?
I think it's still not going to find it. So the problem is the page loads and the canvas is not part of the page. And then the JavaScript runs and it goes document query selector, whatever, it comes back undefined. Then we run our test and it displays the canvas and it calls make it rain, but that document or that canvas is already received as undefined and stored somewhere in this JavaScript utility, like inside of this. So it's gonna call onto an undefined. So yeah, I don't think we'll be able to target unless we run this code here at a different time. So this setup code, I think, I wonder if we take this and if we just move it in here before we do this, if it would work. Because this is going to run it after it's already initialized. Let's try something real quick. Let's let make it rain do all of the initialization and see if that helps.
I think that could work.
It should already be on the page by the time make it rain is called. So let's give that a shot. Should it have already re-rendered by now? Let's do this. Inspect and empty cache, reload, and then take a photo, and it did nothing.
I was just frantically searching for query selectors and I couldn't find it. Because I know you can attach it higher up. But we could have the canvases there and then each time just fire make it rain and they'd already be attached. And you could just dynamically have display or not. So
okay,
rather than
I see what you say.
Yeah.
You're saying let's take that off, and then
Lose
we'll
the
say
if.
it's happy. We still want that, but we don't want it wrapping this. We want to
No.
say if it's happy, then
Display.
sorry, if it's happy, then then style, no, this is fine. If it's not happy, then
Display
it will be
none.
display
colon none. I think that should work.
Okay, and then let me go back to the JavaScript, and I'm just gonna say GitHub git undo changes, and that should get rid of my mess that I made of your JavaScript. And then I think if we refresh, I just don't trust the cache today. Decache, hard reload, test photo.
Okay. All right. Well, let's focus on our pie charts instead.
Let's see what we've got here. We'll inspect this real fast. Overlay, heart, style is there. So it should have selected it. Oh, look how small it is.
Oh.
Did it mess up the style? Did something, because overlays there, hearts is there. And I still think we would have saw something like flickering there, wouldn't we?
Yeah. It's all like sized as well, though. This is the thing. So let's just see if it works without anything in it.
So it doesn't like that.
No,
It doesn't like
it's
being
all
inside there.
sized. If you look at the code, it's got like it should be like 1280 and things like that. So it's very
There-
much
There's
likes to be humongous.
possibly another issue here too, related to what we were doing earlier, because when this page renders initially, faces is null and blah blah blah, and none of this stuff is rendered. So therefore, none of this is rendered, which is why doing DOM manipulation in Blazor is really hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, that class does not, this div doesn't exist in the DOM yet. So even if we class it and do special fancy stuff with it, this is not rendered. When the page loads, only stuff that is outside of this code block load.
Which
So
is why it
we couldn't
works.
possibly do that.
Yeah.
So this should now be back to normal before we... Did it not reload?
It doesn't do it in that zone, does it? I think it only does it in when
Oh,
you.
it only does it in Go mode here?
Yeah.
Okay. That might have been another problem. We were just running test photo.
Oh, yeah.
We got way off track.
So many
Okay.
problems. Pie charts.
All right. So we could very simply, I think what we should maybe do is just take the happiest photo and display it where this is, and some averaged statistics with it. Right now, I don't know why it's showing up over here, but there's like an out of bounds thing up here too. So let's do that. Let's take, we have the average happy results. We can display that. We have analysis is complete. We have the results wrapper here. So let's consolidate this a little bit. We have happiness or analysis complete, so we can remove all of that nonsense.
Okay.
Take that off. We'll take that and move it into the final results. Let's show only one item instead of all of them.
You have your aggregate. Would that help us with that?
Yeah, so we can do this, and we'll say if dev mode, then we'll go ahead and leave this alone. Whoops. We'll go ahead and display this unordered list that has a horizontal rule in it in developer mode.
It's
She thought I
allowed.
was gonna let that go. I'm not letting that go.
Listen. I didn't say
So-
anything about class Z, so I don't think y'all should be giggling at my HR and my UL.
What's wrong with class Z? I don't see.
You
anything
have
wrong.
this big, massive, invisible canvas that is inhibiting clicks. So not only is it a massive accessibility issue, but also it's just there living, unless, of course, you give everything else around it that might possibly need to be more important a class of Z. Don't even get there, Missy.
So we had the kids. One of our daughters watched Peppa Pig all the time. So,
Oh, Peppa Pig, yeah.
We had an ongoing joke in the house. Like we'd run around screaming zebra at everyone. Because it's zebra here, it's zebra there.
It's a zebra.
How hard is it going to be? Because you're getting rid of the list of faces and I'm doing something that's dependent on it. Is it like, are you doing it like permanently? Like I will no longer have this list?
No, it's only in dev mode. I moved it into dev mode.
You moved what into dev mode?
Your
The
list.
List of faces. And
Oh,
why is this unhappy?
God bless you. God bless
Cannot
you.
implicitly convert type. Oh, because it's a tuple. It's tuple
Oh.
that I'm regretting very hard. Where's
I did say yesterday to make it into a model, and you looked at me in disgust.
There's our tuple again. All right. So now we have happy. I acknowledge that you're correct. I'm just not saying it out loud.
I know.
So our happiest picture, we want the image source is the at happiest dot data.
That needs to be in a frame. In a it's called a class frame.
Oh yeah, is it right here? I can just highlight.
Yeah.
I didn't delete that, by the way, Alyssa. I just hit it. So if you're
Down
thinking I just chopped it,
that one.
It's still there.
I don't speak like that. It's still there. It's not still there. It's still there. I'm going to have to educate you all on the finer points of the English accent.
Right. So we'll pop that frame. We'll give you the average, even though we've determined that the average happiness is completely
is
bogus.
Happiness spelled with a Y now?
Oh. I assumed that was the British spelling. I don't know.
Oh, really? So... Oh, is that what you're going to just use all the time now? Whenever you have a spelling mistake, it's British, don't you know?
Yeah.
It's the perfect excuse.
So we've got the average happiness. We've got the happiest image.
Froze again. Wow.
And then do we want to display like a chart of some sort?
Yes, bar charts.
Bar charts? I don't have a bar chart ready
no
to
one's
go.
mentioned
and we've got
bar
5
charts.
minutes, kind of. So I promise I'm not trying to force this stupid chart. But it's ready to go. It's ready to go.
Let's have it. Spider charts for the win.
What we could do with this is let's make it a component. It doesn't need to be a page, so we'll rip that directive off of it. And then on the code block here, we need a property that will give us a list of detected faces.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Do we want it to be a list, or are we not going to do just on the one face?
So let me show you the example again. So we'll pull that off. Here, let me revert this. So if I go into my sandbox again, and we look, what this does. I see like 15, 20 builds kicking off, so this is probably going to just take a dump. Why is it doing this to me? I think we killed the .NET watch. It has, or there's a build error. There's a build error, I think. Part canvas does not exist. Okay, sure. Now that we got the error out of the way, we can go .NET watch again, and I think we have to manually reload because it's not listening anymore. All right, so this will actually give us every picture it analyzed. So we need the detected face data, and then it will list each snapshot and what the values were for each one.
I thought we were going to only do the values on one photo. That's why I got confused.
So if we do this and we say prop, tab, no.
Parameter.
And this is going to be detected a list of
detected
faces, detected face. It's singular, and then I think there's also a using statement missing. So if we go back to here, it is Azure Cognitive Service. I don't know which one it is. I'm just gonna grab them all because we're running out of time. And we'll throw a using statement up at the top here. And that will give us our detected face. Just call it
Faces.
data.
Yeah.
Or detected faces. There we go. And then here you could see how this works. So the chart series is a radar line. It has a name, a color, and data. So, that data is going to be a pain.
Because it's not an integer. Can we cast it?
Not.
The percentage? No, that was still. Could we cast the percentage as an integer?
We need to so what we need to do is we need to flatten each one of these things out. So it's in a list. So the data for these is really annoying because they're in all of those properties. So we need to do kind of like I was trying to do earlier, break those down into so we could do so we have, if we look at our face.razor thing here, yeah, this is going to take too long. It's going to take more than 10 minutes. We need to list each of these out. Item.face attributes these ones. All of these attributes, and then place them in an array so they can be displayed for each item. The pain here is they're not in something that's enumerable. They're singular properties. So let's see. We could probably borrow this, maybe.
You could grab that and do something with it.
So we could take that is the emotion for anger.
If we
maybe we just dump these into an array of strings. So I could say new. Hang on a sec. List of string is a
data
equals a new, or no, it has to be a pipe. New list of string, and then that list of strings will be these. Will that work?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Possibly. We'll see.
We need to get rid of all the HTML bits.
And the item, it doesn't know what item is, so
Yeah,
we
it
need
doesn't
to
know what
pluck
item
that out
is.
in the expression.
So this needs to go into, this actually needs to be a loop of some kind, doesn't it? List, no. Oh, I think I know what to do.
Detected faces dot select item pipe you need a collection to add it to. So new list, yeah, string. This is where you do it, yeah. And now you've got that. That's now longer. No, so comma down, delete the lists and then comma. Think that will work. We've got an erroneous @ symbol down the bottom as well.
Yeah, we'll get that. I think we're getting close. I think this might
I think so.
do the trick.
No, it's still not happy because that's going to bring back a list of lists. You see, it's because you just set that to var rather than.
I
Because
can't.
I think it will be.
I can't because it's a property.
Be
it's going to be a list of strings.
String, yeah. an extra closey bracket. Yeah.
Wow, it's really mad. It's expecting
really
stuff.
That shouldn't be a pipe. That should be an equals, isn't it?
Use of unassigned local variables.
Eek. It doesn't like item. Why doesn't it like item?
Yeah, no, this has to be a pipe because it's a property.
Okay.
It's a
Right.
get property. And then detected faces, it's not going to let us have
Because that's empty, is it?
It says unassigned local variable.
Do we need to do this bit in the initialize? Oh, yeah, that might be it. Maybe. Extra comma. There's an extra comma somewhere, apparently. Or is that an old message? Need a semicolon as well at the end. I mean...
Yeah, doing this in a Razor file's also not
horrible. That can't be... That's really annoyed as well, line 50. Everything's annoyed. Really angry. The whole lot is angry.
Something's very broken here. Do we have...
On the last item, what's on the last item?
I think I might have got it. There was a comma there on the last item they were pointing at.
Oh, okay. Still mad.
Yeah, it won't let us do anything here. Let's try something else real quick. I want to comment. Oh my god, really? It's gonna throw that in there? Yeah, it doesn't like detected faces even, it looks like. Detected faces. Let's see if there's some stupid little error right here real quick. So if I did that, it doesn't care about that, does it? Okay.
Happy.
So it's not that I'm using that as a variable. Select. Oh, I think I know what it might be. So let's bring this back. So what we're getting is not a list of string. It is an enumerable for one.
Oh.
So we've got a type issue there.
So then that inside the select statement needs to be different. It's just not recognizing item. It's like it doesn't see... Is item's not a reserved word or anything. I don't know why it's having an absolute meltdown.
It is not working. Let's, we don't have time, I don't think, to do this. Let's kill this feature.
Because Sultan Burnham's being mean to us.
I'm going to go ahead and just blow up that whole index file and get rid of it. Because we're not going to have time for that. So let's see what we have that's working. So we have our take a test photo. If we go into developer mode, it goes through all of the photos and it's going to give us the top
smile
photo and the average. So, boom, and it dumps hearts on us and it gives us our average happiness, which it says is only 14%. I guess out of like 10 photos, only smiled in one. So that's...
So now...
And that's the happy one? That's supposed to be the happy one.
Really?
Yeah. That can't be... Oh, I know what it is. No, that's not it.
You look like you're about to cry.
So I have... Can we add something real quick? Real fast?
Yes.
Like super fast.
Sure.
All right. In the private chat, copy that markup, HTML, Blazor, whatever you want to call it. Copy that and put it... Replace the take a test photo button with it. And she's not perfect. Yes.
Take a test photo
inside of
button.
that. Yes. Inside that if.
Where's...
Yeah, that one. So replace that with the copied goodness. And then inside of app.scss, it's all because of this, but in the bottom of just app.scss paste this animation, and it's not perfect. I'm still debugging it. I borrowed it from someone and modified it, and it was going to be the replacement for like the happiest photo, but we're just slapping it above the button for now. So,
Why is it coming
so
out?
yeah,
Oh,
see
the
where I have
paste.
heart animation on button click right at keyframes. You need to enter to a new line. Yeah, like that, and save. And then refresh everything, and you should have some animating hearts. We'll see.
Uh-oh. SAS compilation error.
Should we do something wrong with our copy paste? Do you have like in Visual Studio? Do you have like a right click format? Oh, you did.
Yeah, there you go. You're missing a
I think you ran out of characters in the
So where did you left out? A div I animation oscillate. All right, let me copy the rest. Div I. So close that. That's the bottom line for that one. And then here is bubbling heart for
finish on animation delay 3 seconds.
We are coding via private chat.
But via private chat. I know. Just copy this last chunk and then you should be good to go. Yeah, at least you have the hearts showing up and they're cute.
Did it? Oh, it did. Is this the latest?
Did you actually paste that in? I don't think you pasted the last bit in, did you?
No, I didn't yet. I was waiting, but it seems like I didn't see it. So
this is the last chunk, yeah, that you need.
Okay. So
hopefully,
I think there's one more item. There's a bubbling heart something I think I'm missing.
So a bubbling heart.
See what's after div.
And then like bubbling heart div I. Did you?
Yeah, that one I dropped because it looked incomplete.
No, it was just missing the closing curly brace. It wasn't incomplete.
It was only up to EAS.
It was missing.
Oh, was it? Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Thank you. Thank you. You beautiful man.
Local, where was that in the rules?
Where was what in the rules?
Local host does not count. I don't remember hearing that in the rules. So
there you go. You got some.
What is happening to my face?
So they're supposed to be oscillating, but the oscillation is broke. But yeah, there you go.
I like that better. That's so cool.
Let's see if we can get this to do what it's supposed to do.
Lordy.
I just had the countdown music brought into me. So
is it gonna get the happiest photo? Get the happiest photo, please.
99.862 everything. Oh my gosh, too many hearts falling down.
This is
no
awesome.
such thing. Oh
my god, that's terrifying.
I'm pretty sure it gave me the happiest photo there, by the way. If developer mode is on, then we can see. Oh wow, this is an interesting input. There's some data here that needs to be scrubbed. But
beautiful. It's beautiful.
So let's take 1 second to fix that. So in this list item thing, let's drop the frame for debug mode.
Okay.
And there we go. We still want the image. The frame is making it so compact. And then we'll. Should I do it again? Do I need to make more
be happy and be sad?
I'm so happy that we did this. Layla, Alyssa, thank you for joining me and being part of this team. It's been so amazing. Do we have some winners that we want to?
We need to announce a winner
today.
A winner. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. That
can't be the happiest photo.
No, that was it. Yeah, we're ready for a winner. Oh, we actually have it. Are you all ready? Drum roll for the second winner of today for the $100 Amazon gift card. Alchemist 1206. Yeah, are you here? Are you there? No? Yes? Pick a logo.
We have to pick a logo. I like that we have all the logos. Why is that
No,
phrase so
no, we've got to
big?
go with scroll up. We're gonna go with the Candy Hearts one, the second one right there. That's actually by SD Liebman. It's called that one. It's called Capture My Heart, and it's the most beautiful. I mean, if those were is that like hand typed? You just like with the hearts and was this actual true MS Paint? Because that one right there, and so. It
I
made
think
me
this
so
was.
happy.
Oh wait, hang on a second. Could we give? Is there a prize for this?
We need to give you a prize.
okay.
So,
Hang on.
let us make up a prize.
I have to fact check this one.
Oh, what are you fact checking? Oh, you're seeing if
this-
it is. No, it's not stolen.
Where's the
As the
image
girl who
search on
stole
this?
all the animations she used today, right? Like, are you pasting the image? Don't you need?
uploaded
Oh,
image.
okay. I see what
I'm
you're
gonna
doing.
out you, my friend, if this is not this is not a
Oh my
legitimate
God.
submission. If you stole this, we can't use it.
If you done stole it. All right, while you do that, I'm going to add others to what do we call this? The stream.
Actually, before you do that, Alyssa, I just want to remind you, Ed, that the chat does get to vote on the winners. So make sure that if you out somebody, that you're clear on what you're doing.
And I found nothing.
So I'm going to hop
Look
on
at
out.
that. I found nothing. You're good. You're good. That's our winner.
When does the chat and the voting happen? Before or after we bring people on? Do I need to? I don't know what's happening.
Oh my gosh.
It's just about that time.
You're so scary, Jeff. You're absolutely terrifying.
I tell you. There we go. All right, I'm back. Oh my goodness. Well, what do we think? It's been a week. We're going to go through this. We're going to have some judges come on and join us in just a minute and talk through this. And yes, we'll have prizes and all the like happening. How are we doing? Am I doing this right? Can you hear me? There we go. There's TJ and Sam. And here come our team Valentine's Grinch. Is that what it was? Is that what Team Candy Hearts and Team's Valentine's Grinch? We're going to set up the entire Brady bunch set up here. Look at this.
Alyssa, do your thing.
So let's start.
Like lining us up as a
Do you
team.
have our judges?
Lighting us up as a team. Oh!
Here
Lining
they
us
come. There's
Don't just
there's
light
Rick.
us up.
And is Carl here? We're just going to drag people around.
So Carl will not be able to join us today. So you are his judge by proxy, Jeff. So it's you and Rick and the chat. So be kind to the chat people because they are your friends today.
Be very kind. to
Jeff,
chat.
remember
Yeah,
the last few times
Ed.
where like
Hey.
we may have gotten you a drink, and Jeff? I'm just saying.
I don't know what you're talking about. I can't be bribed.
Jeff, just remember that, we're friends.
We are.
We
We're all
are friends
here.
currently friends, Jeff.
I
currently.
see. So Rick, I'm gonna unwind things here a little bit. Since we've been watching Team Candy Hearts here for the last hour or two and learning that the proper way to submit a pull request includes a photo.
Oh, good to know.
That's good to know. That's a good strategy. Can we start with Team Valentine's Grinch? Can you tell us a little bit about your project and give us a little bit of a demo here for, let's give you about 10 minutes to show us around a little bit. And Rick and I can ask some questions as we go here and learn a little bit more about what makes your app so Valentine special.
Okay. Well, I can lay the context, and then TJ can show a demo. And local host demos don't count. You have to have it hosted because you might be messing with stuff.
It wasn't in the rules. It wasn't in the rules.
Okay.
All right. So Jeff, the three of us, TJ, me, and Chris, we live in a small shack in a small town of about 10 people, and we don't have anything against love per se, but I am the grumpy grandpa that lives out of the basement, and I hoard on to my SQL Server data once in a while, if you really, really ask nicely, I will expose it out as an API. Chris has seen the horrors of what happens when we don't include accessibility and how people throw rocks at where we live. And TJ is our reluctant florist because he has a big garden and he grows out a bunch of stuff which he doesn't care for, but he still wants to sell it because we have to make money to get our next meal. All right. So given that, we have made a flower shop, and it is an absolute legit flower shop. Don't mind the initial name of it being called Misery Flowers. Like Misery is our last name. Like, so it's the shop is based on our last name. It's a flower shop. Okay.
And I can vouch Misery is Sam's last name.
But Misery does love company, so.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And you don't see any of that yet. It's just a beautiful thing. So before TJ goes into actually showing you what it does, here's the idea. We want to be as ourselves as we can. So if you just want to buy flowers from us, go at it. But just keep in mind who we are, and things might get progressively dark if you really poke around and try to see who we are. So TJ, the floor is yours.
Yeah, so I'll start by just saying this is a React app. It's a React app that we started from scratch. And so we ran essentially file new app as part of the stream, so nothing pre-prepared. And by default, we wanted to just build just more or less your standard flower shop. So we have an API. Sam introduced us to a tool called, it was Json Server, was it, Sam? So it's like a fun way of mocking out a full backend. So there's a full backend that drives this product search. And it's a fully functional search, right? So I could look for tulips. I could look for some, sunrise in a pot, right? We've got a fully functional search that's working client side here. But as Sam mentioned, there's a hint of a darker side of this website. And so some of it, and this was Chris's idea, like there you can see some little like small little things we have in here that something's not quite right. But what really triggers the dark or the horror mode of this is if you start to search for roses. So even when you start, we've put in a little bit of darker side of the site in terms of the product list if you start to look for roses. And you keep going down this path.
So TJ, like just to kind of make a point here, like these are still things you can give to your loved ones. I mean, they're like borderline cute. Maybe you shouldn't go and touch them to your face, but they're cactuses.
My loved one enjoys a nice Christmas cactus. Okay.
Yeah, you can chop them up. You can stir fry them. It's perfectly cool if you're in Arizona.
Yeah, Sam got his wife red hot pokers last year, and she loved them. They look great in the backyard.
Yeah. So keep going. Like you're here trying to search for the most popular flower that you might want to give to your loved ones. So keep going.
Yeah. So we wanted to make the full roses experience, right? The more you try to search for roses, the more we try to discourage you from doing so, right? So Sam looked up like the most like poisonous plants in the world, sort of thing. I believe like some of these I didn't know what they even were.
Yes, so this is how I spent the last few nights, because just kind of looking up flowers, you know. So stinging nettles and poison ivy, you actually find them in North and South America, and then that gimpy thing is actually an Australia special. Apparently, it makes you have an anaphylactic shock, and if you don't have the medicines, you might eventually die. So these are some plans that you still might want to ship to your loved ones. We will be happy to ship, and they'll have a surprise when they open it. But then if you insist on searching for roses, keep on going.
Keep going, and you have a little guest that comes. There's also some music that plays, which when I share the full link here in a second, you're going to see, but you can see I got the little icon here, which I'm going to mute, so I'm not hearing it constantly over this. But we're going to share this link with you in a second so you can try this for yourself. And then, though, the real fun is if you go all the way and you ignore our warnings and you go all the way to look for roses, it triggers the full-on dark mode of this site, where we've completely swapped out the product list and the fonts and the colors.
Yeah. This is Chris special, because these are some iconic horror film weapons that have been used to essentially butcher people. And we'll be happy to ship this to you. Oh, and if you do just want to stick to the flower arrangements, TJ, like we do appreciate that you want to stick to flowers, but we can add a little something to your cart.
So if you try to buy, we tossed in a free meat hook.
There's more.
Really? Do tell, please.
And I'll also point out, like I said, this is a fully deployed app. So I'm going to toss the link in the chat here so that everybody here can try it out. And I'd encourage everybody to run the ROS to get the Michael Myers, the full thing to run up, because you got to hear the music for yourself to get the like full vibe of the experience here.
Yeah, so judges and chat room, go play this out with your sound on. And while you're doing that, might we just point out that accessibility is top notch?
Yeah, we ran and we did this also live on stream, right? We didn't know what was going to happen, but we ran an accessibility audit on this app. Tell you right now from Lighthouse. Accessibility.
Should come back with a score of 100. Wham,
Good.
bam. Thank you.
So TJ and me have been speaking, but like really our guest of honor is Chris, because like both teams were just hankering for number 25. If you might remember, on Monday, people wrote out cards just to get him on their team until chat room weighed in. So Chris, is this dark enough for somebody who wears horror on their skin? Is this dark enough for you?
I would say that Mikey gives it his approval.
And I'm hearing the music through somebody's mic, which is excellent. That's exactly what we want to hear here.
Okay, and Json, thank you for asking if we have rights to the music and the flowers. Like, did I tell you where we live? Like, it's a town of like 10 people. So we are on borrowed time, and we borrow everything.
And I happen to notice that all of the folks in your town happen to be very, very skinny with a nice vertical stretch in their pictures in the flower shop. You've done that well.
Are there any questions about the app? Anything from chat, from the panel, from the judges here? Got our nice community submitted logo up here in the right corner. This is well done. Nice little touch.
And can I interact with this using just a keyboard?
You should be able to. Let's see. Let me get, because in Chrome I've got the a thing where you can see
should
the focus
monetize
highlight.
this app. And by the way, Freestyle Coder, thank you for rating. I see a lot of our friends in the chat room.
So, I mean, you can give focus to the text box. There's really not much to do. You are correct. You cannot tab over to the individual items in the product list. So that would be a feature for another one, for another version of this to get the shopping cart to come up.
Okay.
Does it work on mobile? Yeah, I mean, TJ, just switch your view or just like shrink it. I think it would. Like, it should float and wrap.
Yeah, it should work. It just goes down to small pictures. Probably need a little bit of CSS to do something better with our logo.
And I think Silicon Orchid has a perfectly valid question here. For those who are using a touchscreen device, can they interact with this using just the tip of a meat hook?
I mean, especially since we are shipping a meat hook with our flowers. I mean, just like put on a little rubber something, and then you should.
Yeah, you might have to put like a little dab of silicone or something.
Yeah, it's like those gloves you get from the store. So look for that label when you get your meat hook.
Yeah.
Okay. Rick, do you have any questions?
Yeah. So what do you use for a back-end data repository? Where do these images of the flowers reside?
Sam,
well,
you are up.
All right. So we spun up a few servers on Azure and AWS, and we have a globally distributed SQL server. or literally just a file. So this is actually a cool little thing that I've stumbled across a few weeks back. Like on stream, somebody pointed out, like, I needed an API. There's a thing called Json Server. Yeah, not lies. It's real. Here, look at that. This is what I've been just typing up. This is my contribution as a coder. Like, I typed up text in a file. But this is actually pretty slick. So that file has all of the URLs and the names that TJ is showing. And essentially, it you just host it on GitHub. You can do this local host and expose your local host out. But then you put it on GitHub, and then you go to a special URL, which, I mean, I can post that. Essentially, what it does, it just reads the raw data out of it, exposes that out. And it's not just read. I mean, they do CRUD, like read, update, delete, and patch, and all of that. So I'll put a link out because it's pretty slick if you're just trying to play around with stuff here. So that's JSON Server. And the thing to expose it out of your GitHub is called My JSON Server GitHub. Yeah.
Rick, I think we may have to dock some points that they use JSON Server, but I noticed JSON Voorhees is not present, isn't significant in the app here. Instead, choosing to go with a more Myers type of theme.
Well, if you search roses and you go to those,
there is JSON.
JSON's
there.
there.
It's JSON. Yeah.
All the way at the bottom.
That is a good point, though, Jeff. There was an excellent opportunity for some tie-in there.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, like, all of it was geared up for TJ to just write that one line of CSS code, like turn Myers mode on. And that's kind of what we were shooting for.
Yeah, I mean, if your app, I mean, I'm pretty proud of having a Myers mode variable in my application. It's something I've always been needing to do. So that was just a nice check on my bucket list right there.
So, chat room, next time you ask for a website to have a light theme, a dark theme, make sure you ask for a Myers theme, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
This really brings a whole different meaning to dark theme. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to be inclusive here.
Okay. I think, Rick, I think we've got a feel as to where we're going here, and I think we need to give some time now to Team Candy Hearts.
Yeah, and just to answer one last question, Jason Bach, YAML was too horrific even for us, so we stayed off that.
Don't go there. Don't even go there with the YAML. Horrific, I tell you. Horrific. I'm going to invent my own language to replace it. Thank you so much, Team Valentine's Grinch. Why don't we talk to now Team Candy Hearts, Ed, Winning Team Layla, and Alyssa. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your app that you built over the last week?
So
and look, we've even got a puppy making an appearance in this.
Yes,
I know.
Cookie was also on the winning team, just so you all know.
Yeah.
This seems like somebody's trying to influence the judges here. Bring cute puppies on stream. I don't know.
Jeff, are those the candies that Meryl shipped you?
Mm-hmm.
You know I'm out, right?
They're gluten-free.
I ran
It's
out.
okay.
So Jeff,
I'm
we
waiting.
went for raw technology here. We went for the top notch of tech.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't build an app that you could have made in 5 minutes on Shopify.com. Okay, this isn't a flower shop. This is the culmination of everything that is technology today. This is AI and machine learning.
Machine learning
It's impressive
Valentine's
stuff.
app. All right.
Okay, it's not for the faint of heart. See what I did
That was
there?
the other app.
So our application uses something called Microsoft Azure Cognitive Services. It's something that I'm sure you've heard of before, Jeff.
I may have. I don't have the hat handy.
So we used Microsoft technology. You know, I'm a Microsoft MVP, so I thought I'd share some of that Microsoft love with the audience.
Me too.
Can we use the word
yes, of
Microsoft
course.
about
Layla.
6 more times here?
Hey,
Get on my
see what I'm trying to
I
do
know,
here, Jeff.
I
I'm trying to
know.
help you out, my friend. maybe you
Mark
can
that
help the
language.
audience
Help
and,
you out, my friend. We're just marking the language. I'm just saying.
Maybe you can give the audience a little nudge as well there, Jeff. Anyway,
I see.
so we used Azure Cognitive Services. So what's interesting here is we've got a Blazor application that takes live video feeds and it shows you images of things that you may or may not love to kind of gauge what type of mood you're in. And as the images are showing on your screen, we're secretly capturing photos of your video feed and sending them up to the Azure Cognitive Services Face API and detecting what type of mood you're in.
Now,
So then
our
Go
other
ahead.
friends here were very accessible. They really worked hard on that. And you're secretly taking pictures. I don't know if that's privacy friendly. Go ahead. Go on.
Secrets.
Go on.
Not secret.
Yeah. Sometimes when it's you're on the bleeding edge of technology, there just aren't rules written for what you're trying to do.
I see. Yes.
They haven't been invented for us yet.
They have
We're
to
just
click
that
the
far ahead of
allow
curve.
button. I mean, they know what they're getting into, right? Like,
That's very true. There's a disclaimer in there. You just
show the app, Ed.
Alyssa
Show the
said,
app.
You have to get permission for these.
Are
things. Should I
you
show the
delaying
app?
waiting for app service to deploy or something?
Yeah.
Ed?
Yeah.
Did you see the new logo that was submitted today, Ed? I slacked it to you.
I saw it privately, but it wasn't enough
Okay.
time to display it.
Okay.
So maybe we should show, if you're concerned about privacy, when you do load the app for the first time, you are prompted that this is going to use your camera. So
Okay.
there's that. So we'll allow that to happen. And now we've got our video feed here. And when I click, "Are you in the mood for love?" We're going to show chickens. Because who doesn't like chickens? Of course, a good dinner for the holiday, some candy hearts. Candies are good. And who doesn't love a good dog or teddy
Cookie.
bear? Oh, we need to make sure that we're creating a baseline. So there's some other images in there too. And we've got to spice things up a bit with this lovely animation that Layla brought. And the result is our average happiness. And our happiest photo here was captured.
Man,
and
you're
filtered
looking
out for us.
good.
Looking good. So this gives me a good sense of what type of mood I am in for this holiday.
I
I
see.
think it's creativity here is key, Jeff. I think we went outside the box on this one. We used some AI, some artificial intelligence, and Blazor, which is another like bleeding edge application framework. So we merged not only artificial intelligence, but JavaScript and C# code and SAS and CSS.
There was some Canvas and jQuery from Layla's side as well. So I mean, it was all
Don't do
covered.
JavaScript. So that was really impressive. Can I just add one more thing?
Yeah.
I just told the chat this, but it is actually Cookie's first birthday on Valentine's Day. She is a Valentine's Day puppy. And wouldn't it be a wonderful, wonderful birthday present for her to be on the winning team, which we know she is.
Well, I have a follow-up to that. Valentine's Day is my 3-year post-back surgery anniversary. So wouldn't it be great if we were to celebrate the winning team with me being out of surgery 3 years later and I can walk now and I'm not paralyzed anymore?
Oh,
I see.
wow.
I mean,
wow.
I think that trumps your dog's birthday, Layla. Sorry.
Wow.
Just as a consolation prize, though, folks, I heard Shopify's hiring. So if they need some good engineers at Shopify,
Now, can we try this app out, Ed?
sure. If you go to GitHub.com,
Then Brock, yes.
You can clone this application and you could try
You
it.
can clone it down and run .NET Restore and .NET Run, and you, sir, too, can try this application.
Wow.
Ed, share the GitHub link. Share the GitHub link, Ed.
Do we know this app actually works? Like,
Of course it
I
Okay.
does.
just ran it.
I don't
I
understand
don't know.
the
It looked like
question.
a series of very pre-planned videos
can
and images. there.
Toggle on developer mode here, and you can see the
The full list of
the
information we're getting
Azure,
back. Yeah.
the Azure information that's coming back. It is
I
pretty
see
sure.
I
and
see you're
there's some
wearing eye
serious-
makeup.
There's some serious accuracy here with the age algorithm that it uses, because it's got me dialed in here at a 33. I think that's I'll go with that. That's good.
Yeah, but
33
only
years old.
0.4% of a beard. How do you feel about that?
4%. So it's 40% sure that I have a beard. I think that's what that means. I'll have to check on that probability. But you know, I'm not an angry guy. I don't have any contempt, but I sure am happy in that photo. So I think the data speaks for itself here. So we're getting live data. I mean, it's just, I got my non-bald head of hair.
Is this
These are all really good data points to work with.
Is this something that we can use for the rest of the Code It Live channel in the future, so that we can have a little gauge here somewhere in the corner and know exactly how happy the Code It Live team is while they're broadcasting?
So yes, that is something that we could build into. That would be an interesting plugin if there were plugins in StreamYard. Is if it was taking your video and broadcasting
or if there were plugins on Twitch. Wait,
there's a Twitch streamer that I know that has a sentiment analysis in his chat room. So
really?
That would be an interesting.
That would be amazing. Look at that
Yeah.
heartbeat logo as well. Oh my goodness. So
I mean, CSS animations here from Alyssa. It's just
I
top-notch.
see Ivana's getting ready to issue the poll here. I want to hold off 1 second. Rick, I noticed the lack of serial killers and slasher characters in this presentation.
That is a lacking feature, I have to say.
Okay. Okay.
On the requirements.
And as a follow-up question, so the way this application works, if I understand, you take some photos using the client-side implementation and submit them to Microsoft's analytics to do some AI processing on it, and then get all your data back from Microsoft prepackaged and do some sorting to find the happiest photo. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So would it be fair to say that the lion's share of the work of your application was given to you by Microsoft?
Oh.
They are Microsoft MVPs. is what I heard.
Ooh.
So the interesting thing here is that we are using WebAssembly, which is a brand new technology that's incorporated into Blazor. So we're using
again,
Azure
Microsoft
Cognitive
is doing the work.
Services,
I'm
but
hearing.
we're using it in a context where there are no there's no tutorials, there's no.
Well,
this
and
is
show it.
groundbreaking
Pull up
stuff
the
here.
code that takes an individual snapshot. I want to show you what Ed wrote, because you think, oh yeah, you just hook into cognitive services and it does all this work for you, but that's completely wrong. Ed wrote every single line that takes this live stream of data, takes an individual snapshot using Canvas, turns it back into an image, and then submits it to cognitive services. So there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes that is not Microsoft, but was purely done by this team.
Is that the code he wrote?
File?
Is that the code he wrote during the stream or before the stream? Just to be
So
clear?
I
It
think
was during
we
the stream.
actually
It was
we
during the
actually
stream.
messaged you, TJ, and we said, "Hey, TJ, you might want to get a head start because you're slow." So that's on you, bro. That's on you.
So technically, it was during a stream with Layla. So does that answer your question?
But think about this
So
though.
we
It
take-
took them 3 days to build theirs, and it only took us a couple hours to build ours,
Well,
right?
like I
So-
said, you could have done it in 10 minutes on Shopify and just called it a day.
Ooh, okay, buddy. You're having another
Just
WASM
upload a couple
spasm.
upload a couple pictures, put some prices on
Listen,
them.
you're having another WASM spasm. Drink some pop, you'll be fine.
So,
I think
our
we need
video.
to hang on. Let's bring everything back here. Let's come back. Look at all that wonderful code written in
This
JavaScript
is,
for a
this is
WebAssembly.
JavaScript. So this is interoping with Blazor, and Blazor reaches out to JavaScript and says, "I've got a video camera here. go ahead and take a snapshot of that video camera. So what it does is we new up in the DOM a canvas element. We match it up with our video, and we use a draw image API to take a kind of a screen capture here of that live streaming video, push that into a data URL, and then give that back to Blazor, remove that unused canvas now from the DOM. So we're cleaning that DOM up for you. We'll drop that data back into Blazor, and then Blazor can take that data, hand that off to the Azure Cognitive Services API. So we're actually using the Azure Cognitive Services API in a context to which there is no examples
hand wavy, Ed. I get it. We need to move on to our poll now, Rick. Let's give the audience, let's give the chat room now a chance to vote which they liked. Did they like Team Valentine's Grinch and their horror-themed flower shop, or did they like Team Candy Hearts and their Cognitive Services Happy Go Photo booth app, which didn't appear to have a dark theme, might I add? So, chat room, what do you think? Let's start our poll over there. Ivana, you can go ahead and kick off that.
Jeff, it had a rainbow theme.
It had a rainbow theme. So now, in the future, friends, light theme, dark theme, Myers theme, rainbow theme.
We covered all the colors in our app. We didn't just choose one theme or another. We had all the themes together.
While folks are voting over there, Rick, what do you think?
Well, I think both applications, definitely have a substantial amount of merit, for sure. Ed, I need to apologize. I didn't mean to poke so much fun at your cognitive services and start a big brawl, but it was just an honest question. Surely, a substantial amount of work was done to process those images and get them into Microsoft using a brand new technology. I doubt you were able to just look on Stack Overflow for many of your answers. So, major respect for that.
This is stuff that didn't exist yet. We broke new ground this week.
So I want to see this on Stack Overflow then for the rest of the community who wants to replicate this. So,
wait a second.
Where are these dogs coming from?
There's two puppies.
I'm very confused.
There's almost as many puppies as there are ferns. I don't know.
So do you want to, are we giving our votes now, Jeff?
I think we should, yes.
Okay. So I think for the groundbreaking work and the substantial amount of effort that Candy Hearts put into their application, I am giving them, out of 5 possible hearts, 4. 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5 hearts.
Valentine's hearts.
Okay, we've got a third puppy now involved. Okay, there's 3.
I actually haven't been scoring on puppies, so
okay.
Valentine's Grinch, again, a very unique app employing lots of interesting features, twists and turns, things I didn't necessarily expect to see. The love of cactuses. I would give 4 out of 5 hearts as well, but for the subtle overtones of Halloween that it adds, that's worth an extra half a heart. So they are getting 4.5 hearts. I give my vote to Valentine Grinch.
We love you, Rick.
There we go. Valentine's Grinch with the lead there, and our poll is nearing conclusion here in the chat room. It is neck and ankle. It's not even close. In the chat room, it looks like we have a result. Team Candy Hearts 9-5 in the chat room with the win there, and it all comes down to this.
Race the roof.
So when I look at this, gosh, I get to split the difference here. When I look at this, for the innovation, we have the Team Valentine's Grinch with the storefront application that anybody who's built a demo over the last 15 years on the web, you've seen something that has this layout, has that feel. For Candy Hearts,
Excuse me.
Wow, there's an allergy or something going on over
It
there.
must be those flowers.
Team Candy Hearts reusing a lot of somebody else's technology out there, using the cognitive services to really drive and anchor that. Team Valentine's Grinch with the sneak in sound effects. You got to appreciate sound effects in an application, and the innovative themes going on there, the multiple themes happening throughout the application, incredibly accessible. But Team Candy Hearts, is it accessible? Can I use this with my mobile device? It's not deployed yet. I think I got to give it to Team Valentine's Grinch.
So there are some technical limitations of deploying our application because we can't afford those Azure Cognitive Services bills that we would ring up with all of the fantastic folks out there using our app. So we were limited.
I see.
But we went from pandering to throwing a shade very quickly.
I see. Yes. So I think it's 2-1. Team Valentine's Grinch wins. Do I have that right out there? I'm paging Yvonne. I'm paging Sarah. What do we
So-
think?
What Jeff's
Yep,
saying
the-
is, chat room, your vote doesn't matter.
No. The chat room was a judge. Rick was a judge, and Jeff was a judge. So I think
I know
I
what
think-
I said.
I think the votes have been cast.
Yes. So now, as our winners, Team Valentine's Grinch, you get to clean up this mess.
I'm going to Disneyland. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
That's right. Already is DD here? It's already saying rigged in the chat room. What is this? So, bragging rights till the next competition. Yeah.
As I said when the Super Bowl started playing, I'm already a winner. You know, I'm from Florida. I'm from Kansas City. I'm already a winner. I think I'm already a winner because I got to code with these two kick butt developers, learn so much, and chat's vote. You know, so I think
Important one.
I think the real winner here today was Shopify. Shopify.com for all of your storefront needs. Code you'll never have to write twice.
It's the same way the
Shopify.com.
Patriots won the Super Bowl, right?
You know, Ed, Shopify's bills are going to be a lot lower than your Azure Cognitive Services bill. So, you know, that you apparently can't afford, so the rest of us can test your
I will leave you with those final words, TJ.
I think the big winner is the web, because like you see what's possible with Blazor and React. Like I come from a background where this stuff is just not possible in like 2-4 hours. Like desktop or web's just not going to work. So kudos to the web guys.
Yeah, and in all seriousness, I do want to end here on a positive note. That, you know, the spirit of Valentine's, I've got the hearts up there. Team Candy Hearts, it was a very interesting app, and I could see that sort of thing being kind of fun. I actually could see, like, my take on this would almost be like a challenge. Like, can you take a photo? Like, I want to see a photo where, like, you try to get, like, it's a competition, right? 2 people take a photo, and it says, like, go for happy. You each take a photo and it judges a winner based off that. Like, I think there's a lot of fun you could have with that technology. So I'm gonna give you a thumbs up for like the general idea, because I thought it was pretty cool.
Well, I thought your accessibility was off the charts and your app was much more complete than ours. So I give you guys a round of applause as well.
TJ,
We
wasn't
appreciate
that
it.
the plot of the first 5 minutes of the Social Network movie?
It kind of was. It definitely gets problematic.
And I think you need the toasty Mortal Kombat wave file playing when your Json guy pops up.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Finish him.
Yeah.
Toasty.
I do happen.
Is
to
there a
have that
cheat
sound
code when he
effect.
pops up? Can you enter a cheat code real fast and like unlock something?
We might be able to. It was Michael Myers, not Jason. Ed, get your people right.
Could have a blood mode, right? That'd be fitting in
There you
style.
go.
Like
Fatality mode. That'd be sweet.
Michael Myers doesn't have a file format named after him. But Json Voorhees does.
This is true.
Interesting.
Myers. We're gonna start one. Myers.
Yeah. Copperbeardy
So,
suggesting next competition an Easter egg hunt app.
There is something called Konami Code JS, by the way, that you could use to do secret unlock code.
Up, down, down, left, right, B, A star.
Somebody's put that on NPM because that's what we needed.
I see. A magically delicious app to find the pot of gold for St. Patrick's Day. Okay. We're going to start a series of very large drawings with all these characters running around all over them, and the name of the photo is going to be Find Dee Dee.
Where's Waldo? Where's Dee Dee?
Tiny little lady developer with glasses hiding somewhere in
Oh, that's funny.
Okay.
Can we give a
feel-
special shout out to our two guests, our two mysteriously unveiled and beautifully just thank you so much, Layla and Chris, for joining our teams. We were enriched and the chat was enriched to have you. So thank you both.
It was a blast.
Major kudos.
That was so much fun.
And there are two people who have been working tirelessly. Well, three actually, if you include Sarah, which Sarah is the chief enabler. She does it anyways. But two people who are not on camera here, Cindy and Ivana, they're our co-partners in crime. And it's late night for them. They're up and they have been kind of on the chat and with us all through. So thank you and kudos to you.
All right. I think that's the end of our stream together, friends. Thank you so much, teams, for participating. Rick, thanks so much for coming back and participating as a judge. Sarah, Sarah. Where's Sarah here?
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you summon her like that? Does that work?
You gotta say her name 3 times.
Yeah.
Remember that next time on my stream. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you for putting this together, like they're saying.
Yeah, and Jeff and Rick, thank you both so much for hopping on. Jeff for being a host, Rick for participating and helping judge. We loved having you guys here, so look forward to having you on more streams. Well, if we're talking about puppies, I am being attacked. Sorry.
More puppies on stream. What happened to the chickens? I thought chickens was the thing here. I wore my chicken hat and everything.
I know.
Listen, if you have a live chicken in your office, feel free to put that thing on camera because we all want to see it.
The costumes just in the other room. No, wait, no. I'm thinking of the donkey costume. Never mind. That's a different thing. Well, thank you so much, friends. Really appreciate you tuning in. I think that's the end of our stream together. For everybody here, we'll see you next time. Take care.
Thank you.